Is FF7 Rebirth even canon within the Final Fantasy universe? Well, I don't know about that yet, but the game sure feels pretty f***ing good about itself, I'll tell you what.
I tell you what.
We are pretty cool.
It's also really humble.
If you were to hire yours truly as your counselor of cool.
And horny, but in a very confusing way for old fans who might or might not remember every detail about the original.
Tifa!
Besides Tifa's tits. Like, who the hell is this guy? I don't know, was this part even in the original? Off, the best card game came out later in 1999, everybody knows that. Okay, so aside from the fact that there's a very real, surprisingly elaborate anime fan service beach episode built into the game that you can't even skip, I'd say there's no reason at this point to completely dismiss it as being non-canon no matter how much of an asshole tourist Cloud is being, along with stereotypical male prostitute Barrett as they stop the incessant and totally unwarranted bullying of sleepwalking zombies.
Ready.
Also, with the amount of crazy shit and crazy shit minigames in Final Fantasy over the years, who's to say Rocket League wasn't actually invented in Midgar? What the living shit? What the kind of obsession does the Japanese have with segways? At this point, it's not even eco-awareness, it's a fucking cult. Wait, what? Tifa can be an asshole too, watch this.
Your aching feet and ride a wheelie instead.
Also these. Motherfucker, you know what? No, I'm not letting this go. Don't go anywhere.
You might want to go first.
That's some sage advice, Mr. Pasty.
Yeah, dumbass white people. And then they fight monsters in beachwear. I don't know, I'm pretty inclined to accept this is canon at this point because the sheer stupidity of this entire chapter almost comes off as mostly endearing, especially when observed next to the po-faced seriousness the last mainline entry stubbornly held onto for the duration of its runtime. It couldn't even find any time for a smile from its own naked people on the beach. Whereas meanwhile we have here... Okay, one more look before we have to move on. Yeah, put your pants back on. We have to actually play the rest of the game now. And revisit all the landmarks of our youth now rendered in admittedly splendid detail. What the f is wrong with you now? Hurry up or I'm leaving you for the one with the big tits and working ankles. Well, at least the game isn't light on all the modern quality of life features. What the hell, zombies get free air travel and I had to walk all this way? Come to think of it, I'm honestly not even sure the zombies were in the original. Because I think I would have remembered fighting a giant robot tractor on top of a mountain.
Why waste time monster hunting?
Monster Hunter Wilds comes out in 2 weeks and yes, I am looking forward to it. So is this part now canon? But wouldn't that completely negate everything that was alluded to having happened in the original and depicted to have actually happened in that dumb shit spin-off game in addition to the implied sexual mischief Zack has gotten up to in this new timeline with his comatose girlfriend?
And I can't leave her with you. You didn't even wipe her face.
And then we just bounce back to the actual characters we care about apropos of nothing. Oh well, at least the skyboxes are pretty and almost worth the price of admission alone. This game is the most AAA game to have ever AAA'd. She must have crushed her tailbone doing that. Oh man, she must have brain damage from headbutting all those sturdy crates.
We have to help them.
No, we don't go after Sephiroth. Stop padding the game out. You know, it is getting quite hard to figure out how seriously we're supposed to be taking this game, especially when it has the tendency to go literally off the rails like during this impromptu roller coaster ride that it's currently making me play through, which is then followed up by an admittedly cute joke that nonetheless only serves to further stretch out what passes for the main plot in Rebirth.
That is...
Oh man, black guy literally lives in the slums with other black people. I forgot this part was in the original.
that bitch.
Bitch!
And then they go to Vegas, where Cloud is still an asshole tourist. I don't even... Oh right, there was a talking cat in this game. And once again, with a sickening lurch, the game abruptly shifts gears back to the alternate reality or whatever, so you can watch yourself getting cucked. As if the gold saucer stopover wasn't abrupt and tonally inconsistent enough even back in 1997. So Vegas and Disney World, where you can teach your kids the merits of compulsive gambling. Got it. Also play Star Fox. And about 20 other mini games the game insists you have to try before it pushes on with the main plot. Hey Tifa, let's steal this giant plushie.
Hello, and welcome to Park Central.
Oh damn, that huge yellow chicken was such a turn on.
Shit.
Oh my Genova, where are you putting my hand? And then the game hits the brakes again to sell the dog and the robot cat into sexual slavery. Just so I can play more entirely mandatory, completely optional minigames that all culminate in earning enough cabbages so I can feed a giant mutant chicken, that then I'm forced to play a round of a really watered down version of Mario Kart. At this point, I don't even remember what a Sephiroth is anymore, because this entire chapter is dedicated to Bear's own personal struggles against an old enemy, guilty of, I'm not kidding here, killing 2 Shinra soldiers. The same idiots I've been slaughtering by the dozens for dozens of hours now, that's somehow worth fighting a frog CEO and an elaborate car chase boss fight over, which all seems to be in serving of leasing you a buggy in order to get to the next portion of the actual story.
Did you know, Cloud?
Off. Oh shit, some guys with sticks. Who is she?
So, this Zach guy, you still like him?
I mean, I'd kind of like to make sure where we're standing before leaving junior high.
Alert! Alert! Danger!
Off. Where am I even? It's the flying turds what's making a mess of the cannon to begin with. Is this plug USB compatible? And then we fight a Resident Evil boss, followed by the other lady with the big tits. Also, we can finally be rescued by the girls making some use of the oversized mushrooms I didn't care enough about to listen to in the descriptions earlier. Also, we get a hook shot because FF7 Rebirth might as well just be every game ever made, right? And after we beat the sexy CEO, Cloud apparently goes nuts and Tifa has to bring him back to his senses with her tits again. Would you believe this part is actually the closest we've gotten to finding out whether or not this game is canon up until now? No, I'm not going to show you. Instead, let's get reintroduced to some old friends along with implied racism, which is the only excuse I can think of for the minority and indigenous stereotypes to be made to sit at the back of the plane like depicted here. And then to be whisked away to the absolute worst and most boring part of the story, where the Mandarin teaches your dog the value of friendship. Before we go through some more trials to graduate from pet school and the dumb shit natives from Avatar tell you about a black materia that you should be looking for.
People.
Excuse me, am I intolerant too?
All this while, I'm thinking as an acknowledged scholar of FF7, I'm pretty sure this alternate take should be considered canon, if only it was considered enough not to burden us with all the unnecessary padding that only serves to make me want to fly away and stop giving a shit altogether.
I'll see you when I see you!